Honestly,
because I mean it's Drake. It is a 5 for impact.
This
It's
album's
2010
not
Drake.
a 5.
yeah, this album had a huge impact.
This album's not a 5.
This album had a massive impact, bro. I moved to Boston when
Look
this
at man,
album
we
came
doing
out.
this
Motherfuckers were
again,
playing
man.
this.
I'm not having the same conversation we had on the
Something
podcast.
everywhere, bro. Like everywhere.
Gotta
they were
let
playing
you
this.
And in my
know.
defense, the gaslighting, I'm being told I was gaslighting. Meanwhile, these dudes were gaslighting me the whole rip. What you expect me to do? Not defend my position?
No, that's a funny
Y'all
gaslighting?
niggas was trying to bully me for an hour and a half about this shit.
No,
Y'all some bullies. Y'all some bullies.
A-Quil literally was like, "Yo, I don't like this album at all." Like he actually, like he's like, "No." The only thing he said was different was the impact. Like Survival says, "I don't really like this album at all." That was the only thing.
So you feel differently
how-
if I give 2 more points. That's all you're saying.
That
I
was
just
the only.
feel like the way you individually ranked every song, you and A-Quil, the way y'all, and especially A-Quil got half the songs as being timeless classics, over half the album. But then he gave the album a 17. That's wild to me.
Yeah,
That's wild to me.
This
I
album
give
ain't
it
my
more-
demographic.
that's a good
I,
point.
I
It's
had
not my
more feel-
demographic.
I called more of the songs filler than y'all did. And I'm the Drake fan here.
But that should demonstrate to you that it all sounds the same to me in A-Quil. Like I'm like, there's nothing distinguishing about this. It all sounds cool. I don't think it all sounds trash. It all just sounds the same. And I just so happen to not really like the biases that I do have don't happen to G well with this album. I tell y'all off rip, I know what my only issue when we're rating albums, we try our best to be objective. We're gonna be biased at points. Do you know your biases? I know my biases. I like fucking drums. I like gutter ass, dirty shit. I like violence. This album
you
is
don't
the
like
complete
Drake.
opposite.
So
of
you
this.
don't like Drake.
I
You don't
like his
Drake.
music. There's mad shit. I like
I don't understand.
I like mad shit from him.
But I don't understand
like
how you
this.
say
None of
you-
it's on this album though.
I don't understand how you say you don't like Drake, but you like other Drake albums better than this. But Drake got
No. I like Drake features. I rarely listen to I like Views is cool. There's stuff on Views that I like. There's stuff on the shit with the hands on the cover that I like. If you're reading
What's
this,
the hands on the cover?
I don't.
The black and
If
white.
you're reading this, but I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of Take Care. I'm not a big fan of
Nothing was the same.
fucking one with Wu-Tang on it, the blue shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of this album. I like So Far Gone. I like Views. I like If You're Reading This. I like the shit that he raps on.
Yo, that's the only reason. That is literally the only reason I like this album. This is my favorite Drake album because he was rapping on it. But I feel like Drake and So Far Gone and before that was so Kendra emotive that this was the perfect merging of like producers I knew. He had a couple features that I knew. And I'm like, all right, I'll take this. I like this.
It's not the perfect merging for me though, because I don't, at the time that this album dropped, I'm 30. I don't want to listen to a nigga whine about 20-year-old shit. I don't. I lived that and I had that experience and I'm like, I'm so cool.
You was whining?
Yeah.
You was
Like
whining?
A-Quil said, it's not my demographic, man. And like, I can acknowledge that. And maybe that took a point or two, but it wasn't going to matter because it wasn't going to be classic at all.
No,
You know what I mean?
I
Like
agree.
you can debate with me on impact, but again, I feel like my point is valid in the sense that me personally, I don't think that this album is the album that had the impact that y'all say Drake had. Drake changed music. I don't think it's from this album.
But I think we also, when we talk about impact, it's multifaceted. We talk about after the effect, but in the moment, this impact was massive.
But I feel like his impact started with Best I Ever Had and So Far Gone.
But it didn't go down. That's what I'm saying. It didn't.
That's great. It became another step. I think, but if we're looking at a stock like joint, I feel like Best I Ever Had put it here. This album maintained that momentum. Then Take Care said, and it went way up. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like this album did anything necessarily to push it like very far. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it didn't have an impact. I didn't give it a fucking 1. But I don't think it's a 5.
I think this album started that. Like, I think So Far.
I agree with that point.
Because there were literally people telling me, me and A-Quil went out. I remember, again, the 7 story. Went out to 7. There were people telling me Drake was lame and gay. before this album came out. And then when they heard Over in 7, they were all dancing, going, "Who's this?" I'm like, Drake, the dude you make fun of me for.
Don't get him no plugs though.
But Joel, if you
he's all right.
But Joel, if you had listened to Comeback Season and So Far Gone, were you happy with this album? I'd listened to Comeback Season. I'd listened to So Far Gone. This wasn't the same. This wasn't that to me.
But that's what's interesting. I think there's elements of that both of them. What doesn't So Far Gone have Houston, Atlanta, Vegas on it? Like I'm like, this dude go like he had been.
That's cool. But I'm saying, but to me, again, overall, I feel like So Far Gone had way more bangers. Comeback Season had way more bangers.
But even the bangers on So Far Gone were kind of whack. Like Uptown is one of my favorite Drake songs, but Drake's verse of "Stupid Mother Suckers," like it's the same dude.
But again, getting into my bias and my sensibilities, them shits bang. This shit don't bang. This shit is like, this can be on in the background and it's cool.
I get what you're saying. This isn't this is the reason why I do like the production on this, because it does seem at least like consistent, and at least this is my point with this one. This one seems more consistent. It's not complete. He's literally trying to balance between two things of rapping and singing, and I feel like every album after this, he's like, I'm picking a lane. I'm going this way. This album, the tones of the beats are easier for me to just like to your point, Alibi. I'm playing them and I'm going. Like I'm not right.
He's figuring out who he is as an artist.
Yeah.
And I totally understand that. But to my point, that's also why I don't think that this specific album had the impact of a 5. You know what I mean? I could bump it up to a 4, but cool. All right. So it's a 17 instead of a 16 or a 15 or whatever I gave it. Like, y'all gonna be happy with that?
You gave this album the R. Kelly special. If a 17 would be.
What more do you want from Alibi?
Wait, is this the one that Billboard said was the best?
Change your name, man. I didn't look you out. I'm sorry. Change your name.
I don't even care.
Take Care, I think they said. Take Care was the album they said of the decade.
What did y'all do to my friend? He don't even care to change his name no more, man. Let me start the show.
Y'all know where to find me.
Yo, I'm not even ready, but whatever, man.
None of us are ready. This is a wild ass week here in Minneapolis, man. We about to get into all of this shit, man.
No, we are.
Like, look, that's why I said I'm not here to sit here for 90 minutes and defend my point on Drake. I don't give a fuck about Drake. We got more shit to talk about. Real shit.
Chicago,
what I look like whining.
It's literally everywhere, dog.
Whining about chicks that I banged and they're gone now.
It's literally up the street. Literally up the street every night.
Everywhere you're black, this has been a tough week. It's everywhere, dog. There's crackers being crackers everywhere, bro. Excuse my language.
No, don't excuse your language. If you're offended, you're part of the problem.
I definitely had to leave work early on Monday because I am the only Black person and the only woman in my office. I work with two very upper middle class white gay men.
Oh, wow, okay.
The silence was so heavy on Monday. They come in, hey, oh my God, how was your weekend? Well, it was cool until Daunte Wright got killed for just being Black. What the fuck?
I do.
Like, what the fuck? This was 12 hours ago, y'all.
Yeah. Well, let me do an official intro. We'll get back to it because I'm still trying to set stuff up. Yeah, it's been a long ass fucking week for everybody. So again, welcome to the Liner Notes episode 22 of the Liner Notes Live. The sister, brother, how do you want to say that? Show to the podcast that drops every Wednesday. This week we covered Drake's Thank Me Later. We're going to talk about it, but we're going to talk about a lot of stuff here. So A-Quil, we're in the building. Alibi is here. You're not here for y'all shit today. Joe in the building. He ain't here for no shit. Alicia's here. Survival. We got baby Survival picture up. Survival's in the comments. He got a lot of stuff that he got some family stuff he's taking care of, but he's gonna pop in and out of the comments. So if you see him in the comments, tell him what up. Usually we start with the how's your weeks and all that, but it's been a fucked up, crazy ass week out here. So again, justice for Daunte Wright. We got the George Floyd trial still going on. Derek Chauvin's big head, brickhead ass pleaded the fifth. He's not getting to stand. Not that we expected that, but. And then what's little man's who got murdered in Chicago? Unfortunately, rest in peace.
Adam Toledo.
Thank you. Justice for him as well. That I unfortunately watched the video because people just kind of post up no spoilers. I was scrolling and saw it, and it's just like, bruh. Yeah, y'all can keep going for a second. I gotta finish setting something up. But everybody, if you're in the chat, just check in and RIP. And it's been going up around here, man.
Yeah,
all tired as fuck.
I'm not looking for I saw Adam Toledo. I'm not playing Monday morning QB with police.
Right.
He should have did this. He should have did this. Even if it's an accident, Like I watched that whole video. It looked like the cop didn't want to do that. I'm not asking for people to be perfect. I just want transparency and accountability, first of all. And then second of all, you do have to look at the fact that there is actual racism in everything we live and we do. So there are people that you may work with, that you chill with, that you marry to, that you're related to, that have biases that they don't even fucking know about. So you got to address it, unfortunately. There's people who make mistakes that are cops. There's people who don't like niggas that are cops. So we got to be able to fucking speak and talk on all of that. But first things first, y'all got to fix this bullshit y'all created with this country, dog.
And the reality of that too, man, is like accidental or malicious. You deserve a consequence. Don't matter.
Accountability.
Y'all only preach about accountability every day, right? Everybody got to take accountability. Take accountability with this, man. It's cool, malicious or not. Take accountability. It's a consequence for your actions.
One who shot the white girl in Minneapolis,
black dude, Muhammad.
Yeah, he went to jail.
Yeah. He went to jail. I mean,
he the only one that went to jail.
If I'm pulling my taser and I kill one of y'all, I'm going to jail. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I can be sorry. It can be an accident. I'm going to jail, as I should.
Unfortunately, there's only 3 types of people that don't face real consequences. They're cops, politicians, and people with a lot of money. Everyone else, if you are a pilot and you fuck up, if you are a nurse and you fuck up, if you're a doctor and you fuck up, if you're a teacher and you fuck up, if you are a sanitation worker and you fuck up, if you work at a food restaurant, you fuck up. If you
We're fired.
City and you fuck up, you going to fucking jail, dog.
Down. Like, fired and you're going down.
All of us go to jail when you fuck up. That's all we want. The same. If you're a cop, if the rules don't apply to you, I can't fuck with you. I can't have friends and people around me who don't playing the same game I do. It's dangerous. So come on, y'all gotta get together. I don't hear the sorries. But I like
to take responsibility for your actions.
With other like tragedy for people I don't like. So it hasn't been that crazy a week to me. There was a cop who got lit up in New Mexico by this dude who had an AR-15.
I seen that shit. I seen that.
That motherfucker.
Yeah,
I seen that.
Ago.
Wow. No.
That was recent. I thought
that was
the one. There was one a couple years ago too.
Oh, that dude. First of all, the cop asked him, "Hey man, do you mind walking your gun back to the car for me and putting it in my car?" I'm like, first of all, you're never gonna let a nigga even do that. So that was yo, this dude Alex reached across. He had a pickup. He reached across the pickup bed, Alicia, and started shooting at the cop. This cop was right on the other side of the pickup truck, right? So the cop yells, "Oh shit!" and ducks under the car. That dude ran over to where the cop was, and straight point blank with AR-15, lit him up. And then after he lit him up, I'm not laughing.
You are laughing.
But you are.
After he lit him up, he gave made sure shots. Like he shot the cop once in the back and in the head. I'm like, yo, he's dead, dog.
He's dead. Y'all see one in Atlanta though? It was one in Georgia this week. They were chasing the 2 guys in a car. Dudes crashed the car and got out with AK-47s and blasted on them.
I saw that. Yeah, I haven't seen the video, but I saw the video of the AK.
Walked up on them with it.
Look, man, it's only so much people gonna take, man.
Period.
Period. And I don't condone, not condone. Take it how you want to take it. Like it's only so much. Everybody got their breaking point, man.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of it, man.
Too much. Like I said, man, it's
too much.
This is it's close to home for me and A-Quil, not simply because we're in Minneapolis. It's close to home because it's close to fucking home. Like I live on Humboldt.
I hear the helicopters every night. Yeah, like it's literally not. It's literally 9 blocks from the crib. So when people's out and about and they're telling them like where they're pushing them, where they're flushing them, they're pushing them towards me, like where we are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So. And even a lot of that, it's like they're not even pushing them more, just kettling them. So you're watching like all these crazy ass tactics, and it's interesting watching. I don't know, Alicia, where you've been watching, but like when people tell you one thing from like CNN or even some of the local like Care 11 or whatever, it's one thing. We've been watching the independent news sources. Like shout out to like Unicorn Riot, shout out to Georgia.
I watch Unicorn Riot. Yeah, same.
Yeah, it's a whole nother perspective. So it'd be weird to watch them with these press conferences, like. Yeah, we were disappointed and upset that people were throwing, bottles and cans and like bricks. And it's like, fam, y'all's out here in full body armor, pepper spraying, macing people, like acting like you're not provoking the crowd. And we're literally watching it. So then one of the dudes from Unicorn Riot, they grabbed him up not last night, the night before, after his stream went down, and they broke some of his equipment. And he reported that one of the dudes like took one of like his mic pins, almost like a souvenir, like yeah, bitch, because they know who these dudes are. You know what I'm saying? And they're pushing these dudes because they know they can do so much. Like clearly, there's freedom of the press, but what I noticed what they're doing now is it's like, cool, y'all can be out here. We're gonna fuck with y'all. We can't do too much. However, we're gonna kind of put all y'all over here in this box, and then when we tell y'all go over here, then we just kind of kettle around that. So when people are getting like arrested, all that's blocked off, so none of the media can see that stuff. So I'm watching how they switched up all these different tactics they've been doing from last year. And that's one of the questions I always ask. It's like, okay, as they're evolving in these tactics, like how else are we evolving in our fight? You know what I'm saying? Because they're doing different stuff. And last night was the weirdest because nothing happened. Like literally nothing happened. They're like, we're not going to do nothing. We're not, whether they were getting too much heat or whatever. I think you're waiting for something bigger tonight, honestly, because you snatch people up tonight, you're in jail for the weekend. You know what I'm
saying? That, and or they're getting ready for next week when this verdict come out. You know,
I think that's what they sure.
Yeah. Daunte getting murdered definitely had them show their hand earlier than they probably wanted to, because all the stuff was already, they were waiting for the end of the George Floyd trial, and what this happened already, it's like, oh, we got to already start popping this up. Like, businesses were already boarding up their windows. They were planning to do that 2 weeks later, not as soon as they had to. So it's like, oh, okay, we already see what type of time you're on, man. This stuff has been crazy, dude.
Yeah, you go over. Go ahead, Alicia.
I live and I work right in downtown LA, right next to LAPD headquarters. And so ahead of any expected uprisings or protests, they give us a call. And they called us on Monday, actually, first thing on Monday, and said, you know, with everything which just happened in Minneapolis over the weekend, and as we're wrapping up the trial, so they've had us on alert, you know, since Monday as well. You know, I always send out nothing but good energy. And whatever needs to happen in Minneapolis needs to happen. I mean, I've never watched a case the way I watched this George. Like, I think I feel so connected to the George Floyd case because I used to live, and I lived in South Minneapolis my entire adult time in Minneapolis. That's where I lived. You know, I've been watching the press conferences with Daunte Wright. Why? Because, well, obviously, my mom's in Plymouth. I spent a lot of time in Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center. Right. Mike Elliott and I went to college together. Like, it's a lot. My heart hurts for Minneapolis, but I also feel like this. If we need to burn that motherfucker all the way down, burn it all the way the fuck down. I mean, it just, it keeps happening here. It's crazy that we've had, 3-4 high profile killings of unarmed Black men just in the last 3, 4, 5 years. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I think for the people that aren't familiar, it's like, that's why things went down the way they went down last year. You know, as folks who have been like, y'all don't, we've only shared so much on the podcast, but as like people who, A-Quil and myself have done work around like anti-police brutality since 2003, you know what I mean? And the number of cases since then, like, it's a powder keg, man. Minneapolis is a powder keg. You know, and it was waiting to happen, and George Floyd was kind of the tipping point. And so this, to have this next piece happen so close to this trial, to everything that's happening, it's insane, man. And if they don't get it right next week, the city gonna burn, man.
And someone was talking about that, how some of the jurors, they were trying to keep people as, you know, sequestered as much as they could. And they were like, there was a couple who felt like they were feeling that pressure of like, if we don't make the right decision, we don't want to feel like that's on our hands for the city to burn down. And I feel like that shouldn't be on y'all. It's that you're here doing your job. Like, this dude also could have not put his knee in this dude's neck for 9 minutes. So I'm not trying to hear that, man.
No, and I'm not trying to hear that shit either, because at the end of the day, you're gonna correct it or not. You know what I mean? Sometimes the pendulum got to swing further in another direction. And if this is a dude that got to get sacrificed, and that's how you feel, then you're going to have to make that decision to sacrifice him, because y'all ain't got no problem sacrificing other people all the damn time. What's so special about this dude? If you want to save the city, if you want to save like this, then y'all might have to bite the bullet on that, and he got to sit down, as he should.
That's what's also whack about it, though, is even if he goes to jail for the rest of his life, that's not fit. You know what I mean? That's not a solution.
It ain't. It ain't a solution.
The only thing I hate is that, based on just American culture, we do things for cues. Like, people always get mad at looting. I don't get mad at looting. I get mad at looting after specific cues. In reality, we should just be looting all the time. A lot of people are broke. Like we should literally just be looting all the like mob loots all the time. People should be burning stuff down all the time. I just hate that you get caught up in moments and then it goes down, they go up. And then because the reason is because the way our financial system set up, our work system is set up, our school system is set up, is that you literally get pushed to do things in moments and then you go down and then you come up. But in reality, like since I moved to Minnesota in 2000, I've had so many racist run-ins with cops, like from like just being in Eden Prairie, being in St. Paul, Minneapolis. I've like literally getting caught up in St. Louis Park. I can tell you at least 6 stories of people like, look, nigger, just go. Like it was just like I have instances where you're like, dog, like I was doing shit. You know I was fucking like,
no,
like
let me tell you one story real quick. I told this earlier to somebody this week, and Alibi was right there. This was 2003, 2004. And I had recently one of my graduations. I got an AA and a BA, like whatever. But I just remember I had my tassel hanging in my window. And this was when that law was brand new. So this is a law for folks not from Minnesota. They didn't know this really is a stupid law. You can't have anything obstructing your view. So we're leaving a homie's crib.
You can't have anything hanging from the rear view mirror.
Your rear view, excuse me, to be clear.
Yeah.
So it's 4 of us, including myself and Alibi. We're leaving a homie's crib over the U of M campus. And as we're leaving, we're getting in my car. I'm parked like on the street. This cop car rolls past like real slow and just like flashes that big ass, bright ass light on us. And it's probably like 2, 3 in the morning or whatever, but it's like, then we're just literally getting in the car like dipping. Ain't no bullshit going on. So I get in the car and I keep it a buck. I ain't got time for this shit. I'm like, dog, you got a bright ass light? I got a bright ass light too. So as they pass the intersection, I flash my high beams on them. Like, fuck out of here. So of course they didn't like that, and I'm being.
I don't know if I remember that part.
I remember that because that's why they stopped. That's why I don't mind telling the whole story. I'm never going to tell a story to make myself look better or worse. I'm gonna just tell you what it is. So I'm like, dude, I got a bright ass light too. I flashed that on that bitch. So they stopped, and they had crossed the intersection. So when we came out, we made a right onto whatever that main street is or whatever. They backed up. They reversed across the intersection, and then they started following me. So they followed us this way. Then I made a left turn. They followed the left turn. We were driving maybe about 3-4 blocks. I signaled. I'm like, they're definitely following. I signaled, switch lanes. They switched lanes and pulled me over. So I'm like, of course. So I'm kind of like, let's get to the point. So they pulled up and they were like, we pulled you over because I had the tassel hanging. And then also because I didn't signal for 100 feet before I changed lanes. I said, it's fucking 3 in the morning. There's nobody on this goddamn street but us. So then they asked,
but 3 black dudes.
Yeah, three black dudes and 1 Italian who people think they're Mexican. Who did So then they asked for everybody's ID in the car, which is like,
which they can't do.
Yeah, you need the driver's ID, not everybody's ID, but they asked for everybody's ID. And then because I had no warrants, nothing on me, I'm clean. Nobody had nothing on me. We're clean. So that was that. They couldn't do shit. So we turned around though the next day, kind of like, okay, we got you. We went down and we filed a complaint. And we're like, yo, this was not cool. They got mad that we filed a complaint, and we all, I know for sure, me and Dialect, I'm sure we all did, but I'm assuming, I don't know if I ever talked to you.
I went down there with you.
No, I'm talking about, so after that, we all got letters in the mail, like whatever, like pretty much like like cease and desist your complaint, or whatever, like a wool blah blah, and it was almost like a thinly veiled threat, like if we didn't, and it's like, well, we just want to do it to make a point, but it's like, y'all can't just be doing this to people, dog. Like this is stupid,
bro. Living in Eden Prairie, like I told, I think I told A-Quil both these stories, but like it got me into 2 different types of situations. When I moved to Eden Prairie is mainly white. The way Minnesota's set up, for those who don't know, all the niggas is in the middle, and all the suburbs is contained to keep the niggas in the city. There's a bunch of mixed couples and white folks with money. And me, my boy Gabe, and Joseph went to a Wendy's right by my house.
That's a good description.
We went to Wendy's right by my house, and my boy's from Chicago, and his family's cops in Chicago. They're all cool as hell, good people. And we used to argue about cops because I had just moved from Boston. I'm like, dog, I don't like the cops. Cops ain't the shit. Like these motherfuckers. And he's like, nah, my family, they're good people. So I'm like, I can see that. We go to a Wendy's in Eden Prairie. We pull up. There's 2 state trooper cars in the parking lot. So I'm like, yeah, I don't like it's not like I don't fuck with Minnesota state troopers. I'm like, I want to go in here. And they were like, no, you being weird. And we had none of us 21 at the time. I was 20, and I had a bottle of liquor in the car that someone gave me. So I'm like, all right, I don't want like, it's not open, but still. So I'm like, yo, I don't really know. They're like, yo, stop being weird. We go in the store in Wendy's. All to our right is 4 state troopers. So they were doubled up. Look at us. They were talking and they all stopped talking. You know, those state trooper buzz cut mustache. I'm like, fuck. So my boy Joseph stared at them and was like, I'm like, why are you staring? I'm sounding like a runaway slave. Like, don't you look now. And he's sitting there staring. He's like, who the fuck they staring at? I'm like, we just got into some shit. So we sat there and ate. They were done when we got there. We sat there and ate. They stayed there.
Of course.
When we walked out, they walked out. I was like, oh, these niggas are set tripping, dog. They coming for us, dog. They coming. So I was like, yo. So I go back in the car. I hid the liquor underneath the seat. I was like, cool, whatever. Like, they pull us over, whatever. My boy Joseph actually saw someone he knew in the parking lot. So he sat and talked with them. Like, and like, they had a football. He was talking to them. We were there for like 15 minutes. Like, they still there. I'm like, they're going to pull us over. So just be ready. So we get out of Wendy's parking lot, take a right and another right. We didn't even get to the main road yet. We're still in the little shopping area. Cherries come on. I'm like, I told y'all, right? But the bottle's hidden, so I'm like, it is what it is. The cops run up, and then you could tell it's the older guy and the younger guy. It's, get their hands up! Get their hands up! Get their fucking hands up! I'm like, bro, come on. First of all, you can't do both. If you pulling me over for bullshit, you're usually nice about it. You give me a ticket. If you're gonna be tough guy, it's because you expect me to be on some shit. Come on, nigga, you know this Eden Prairie, right? So he went full, like, keep niggas in line. He
went full cracker.
Yeah, he went full, dog. Put their hands up. And what we realized was that the cop on the left yelling at the driver was, the cop on the right was a veteran. And the cop on the left was a rookie-ish type guy. So he's basically teaching them, this is how you treat these motherfuckers.
Right.
And the worst part about it is after all that, he got a ticket for not putting on his turn signal while he's turning out of Wendy's. I'm like, nigga, that's wild. And literally months later, when I was going to one of y'all shows, the Pierce Forum show at the Dinky Towner, we were drinking in a parking lot. That parking lot right by the Dinky Towner up the road a bit.
Yep.
Yep.
We were drinking in there. And this cop rolled up and I got to talk to Omar about this. He was supposed to be lookout. And Omar was like, I think that's a cop.
You in the comments? Where you at?
It's a cop. And I was like, Omar, what the fuck, dog? He's a terrible lookout. Cop gets out like, guys, come on, bro. Like, white guy, come on. Guys.
Omar, why weren't you looking out, bro?
And the cop's like, I got to take the booze, guy. Like, we're all scared. And I just didn't want him to take liquor. I'm old enough, but all of us weren't old enough. So he's like, whose liquor is it? I'm like, mine. He goes, whose car? And I think one of us didn't have a license either. Typical nigga shit. And I'm like, yo, I don't know. The cop takes our IDs, and this is in Minneapolis, and sees that they say Eden Prairie. He goes, wait, you guys are from Eden Prairie? And we're like, yeah, we live there. And all of us did. We had moved from different places. We just happened to live in Eden Prairie. He goes, do you know Mrs. So? My wife is a teacher at the middle school. And some of us knew her. We're like, oh, that's so-and-so. He goes, yeah, you know what, guys? Just finish your drinks.
Come on, man.
But look, like, nigga, you can't do that.
Because, but look, here's the fucked up part about that, Joe. Because like that shit humanized y'all. So now all of a sudden, like we have a connection. You're good. Yeah. Bro. And white folks get that all the time. Because y'all are connected because you're white.
Dude. All these years of doing, I'm sorry, go ahead. We've been talking. I got another story.
Time. Minnesota is always voted. I don't know if y'all read the worst states for Black people. Minnesota is always in the top 3. Always in the top 3. Like there's never a time that it's not.
Yep. Like, but I can't move. Like the roots are so deep, and the people that I fuck with here, like,
are thorough, man. You're trying to build something.
Man. Yeah, man.
It's an uphill battle sometimes. What's
elsewhere? What if all of y'all got up and moved? Because see,
I'm always down with that.
Yeah,
this has always been my thought process.
Where we all go
ahead,
together.
Alicia. What you saying? Yeah.
Well, this has always been my thought process. This is not a hot take for anybody who know me. Separate but equal was not a bad idea. It was just poorly executed. I am all down for trying. You know what? We take care of us. We just get the same access to things like, loans and other that you do, but y'all live there, we live here. Yes. And if you want to have a place in the middle where there's diversity and all that, that's cool too. But I think the worst thing that ever happened to us, honestly, was access to white shit.
Integration.
Integration was terrible for us.
It was a bad idea. Integration made Black people say,
well, we lost our institutions.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. So let's try it all over again, but let's really do it this time.
Hey, Rashad, I fuck with VA. I've been there. I didn't. VA. It's funny when I went to Virginia, I didn't realize. Yeah, and I didn't realize for whatever reason. I don't know why I didn't connect the dots, but until I went there, I was like, damn, there's hella black folks there. Then you look at then I started thinking, and I'm like, well, of course there's hella black people there.
It depends on what, Virginia be on some shit, nigga. As soon as you leave DC, them cops be like, whoa, like, whoa,
I mean, it's the home of a lot of shit I don't fuck with. The FBI, all kinds of shit. But it's a lot of black people there.
There's a lot of niggas in VA.
I just didn't think about it much.
There's a lot of brothers in VA, but there's a lot, I've been to Charlottesville, which is cool. I haven't been. I'm going to Richmond this summer. I got friends there, Newport News and all that shit.
Oh, I live in Newport News.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah. I got a bunch of people. My cousins stay in Richmond right now. Virginia's got a lot. I honestly think Alicia, you're right, and I do think we need to reclaim some spaces, like whatever ones we want. And I think that there should be no black people in the Northeast. We shouldn't be all on top of each other, freezing our asses off. That doesn't even make any sense. We don't even like the cold. We should leave.
But to Alicia's point too, man, I think it's we have to be okay though with making that decision to remove ourselves, and we deserve that, right? Like none of us are defective out here dealing with all the bullshit that we dealing with. The system's doing exactly what it was supposed to do and designed to do. And
it's not broken. We have to.
No, it ain't broken at all, man. It was designed to do this, and I'm all for moving, doing whatever needs to be done. And I think what I'm seeing from people my age and younger more and more is folks are getting tired of hitting their head up against that brick wall. And so you're seeing more people just saying, fuck it, I might as well do it. I'm damned if I do, so I might as well, don't, and create my own situation, my own. But here's the caveat. I can't speak for elsewhere, but here in Minnesota, when we try and do that, they don't want us to do that either. You know what I mean? Like I can't leave. It's an abusive relationship. I can't leave, but I can't be who I want to be staying. You know what I mean? Like you can't have it both ways. Go ahead.
Y'all can leave. That's the thing.
No, I'm saying according to them, y'all don't want us to leave.
Yeah, they don't.
Right? Like when we try to create our own and say you can't participate, then you're mad, right? But because right now in our city, there's a strong push to, it's almost like a reverse integration. I work in the school district here. And so there's a push to, typically when they're trying to integrate schools, right? They bus us somewhere else. They're kind of trying to do the reverse now and saying, hey, we got these racially isolated schools. We got these schools with just black folks. We're going to make the white people go there. They don't want that. But you said you want integration. Which one is it? You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Y'all want it on your terms. And that ain't how it works. If it's on your terms, it's gonna be the same old, and we're not with that bullshit.
No, we're no longer centering you. No longer censoring you.
Period.
Fund our schools that look just like us with nothing but us, the same way y'all funding Eden Prairie. Fund Henry the same way.
Right.
Period. So then we don't have to bus kids from Henry to situations where they're the only black kid in class, because that is fucking traumatizing.
Well, that ain't the issue there. Hopefully I don't get fired for that. That ain't the issue there. But it all of this to say, like, for me at A-Quil, it's close to home. I know everybody everywhere in this country and probably over the world to some extent is feeling a type of way, but for us, it's close. I know Daunte's family. This ain't no kind of clout chase situation. Like, I would never pretend to be super close or tight, but like Daunte's a former student. His sister, I know the family. They live around the corner.
We have a mutual homie. Sorry, we got a mutual homie that's his nephew. You know what I mean? Like this is, shout out to him and the family. Yeah, it's this.
And I feel a need to say that, not because because I could get in trouble for that, but I feel the need to say that in the event that the family were to see this. Like, I know y'all, I see y'all, and y'all deserve justice. You know what I mean? And that didn't
100%.
deserve. That should not have happened. And we're gonna do what we can to ensure that there is justice served. Their family and families, black families all over, all families that have been victims of police shootings and killings and violence, all deserve justice. Period. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
100%. 100%. Prayers to all the families.
And go ahead.
Transition.
Well, yeah.
Well, so we could have transitioned earlier when you talk about moving. I was gonna say Canada. You know,
we can.
But there was more to say.
We can transition at any point because the transition is we talk about these things and Drake don't. Da-doom, boom.
Ba-doom, boom. Exactly.
So let's talk about Drake.
Here we go.
And he don't. What political issue has Drake talked about?
To be fair, most people don't though.
That's cool. But you got a platform.
Most niggas don't. And I don't want most people talking. I don't want everyone telling me about politics. Honestly, I don't want everyone's opinion on the world.
Here's the thing. It's
not just politics though. Life.
No, I don't want that either. I never met a fine girl and said, "I need to know how you feel about the world, baby." No, it was, I don't want to hear any of your opinions ever.
Were you trying to?
But that's because it might change your opinion.
And what was your goal?
What?
I said, what was your goal? If you're trying to smash,
I don't talk to my wife about politics. I don't care what she thinks about
No.
politics.
I'm separating. I'm not talking about just politics. When you say politics, that's just Democratic, Republican, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about life, bro. I'm just life.
Like what's happening in the world?
Period. Because politics intersect for us no matter what. Whether we're talking about movies, music, whatever. We're working on a documentary right now. Me and shout out Adrian Perryman on if you guys know about St. Paul, there's a rec center over there called Jimmy Lee Rec Center. That's where a lot of people came through, played football. That program, a lot of people played youth Pee Wee football there. And during that discussion, a lot of it was about the undefeated streak of the 90s because like we were killing teams in football. However, when you start getting into other like things with, if we were killing so much at a 3rd to 8th grade level, why didn't a lot of these kids stay together in high school? Politics in that. You got private schools like Cretan that can come in and recruit. Bloop, bloop, you're plucking those kids. Yeah. Then you have 7 and 8 other high schools in St. Paul alone that's dividing up the talent. So now you got smaller teams. We don't have the same thing, say like, go back to Eden Prairie, for example, where it's like you have kids that are playing together from 3rd grade.
One high school.
Therefore, it's 100 kids each team. You know what I mean? All these things play a role. Then you have more distractions in the city. So I'm just saying those things, for instance, that's not politics per se, but it's life. And you talk about those things.
It's also, I think we're intersecting your personal life and then expounding on that.
Yeah.
There are certain people where I don't need you to expound on that. The city girls make banging music. I don't care if they expound on that. I like their shit when they hit the stereo. I don't need to hear Raekwon tell me, you don't need to teach me anything.
I don't know. No, to that point,
you don't need rap artists to be leaders.
Right. I'm not going to fault you for that.
Yeah, I don't want you to be a thought leader, but if JT comes out and it's like, I had a situation and clearly there was, profiling me as a black woman, I don't mind hearing that because that's her life and that's her experience. I don't want to say, I want to say, shut the fuck up and just make some twerk music. Like, nah, you're a human being. You know what I'm saying?
But even that I don't. Again, that's what I'm saying. I don't need that. I don't need all my artists to be super transparent.
I don't.
Some of them, I don't want Nelly to tell me shit. Just make the same song.
I don't. And to your point, and I'm with you, Joel. I think I've gotten to a point where the balance, it's about balance, man.
Yeah,
but right now it's imbalanced. You know what I mean?
And
that's the issue. Like I'm cool with that when there's a little bit of everything. I think like ain't nothing wrong with twerking. Ain't nothing wrong with, you know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with none of this shit. But when it's only one perspective, we are not just that. We are not just drug dealers, you know what I mean, and sexual objects.
We don't only sing about girls, and that's part of it.
And to A-Quil's point.
Segue.
And to your point, A-Quil, I will say this though, that we killed the consciousness of the black mind in music. It's not dead, but mainstream wise, it was watered down. And I think it was because of that. Whereas we are getting thought leadership from people that I'm not even trying to insult them. Like, I don't think Drake or Cardi B should be talking to Bernie Sanders. I think there are probably a bunch of rappers who love talking about policy that we don't hear from as much. We're like, okay, exactly. A guy like Killer Mike, or even younger. There's probably younger artists who like talking about things like policy, like a Rhapsody, as opposed to a Cardi B. I'm sure the conversation would be different in terms of.
I don't know that it would be that much. I fuck with Cardi and what she's on. I would just say
it's a different mindset. It's a different mindset altogether. It's a different mindset. It is. And that's what I'm saying. And the reason is you're the person who's popping instead of, there's 8 of you or guys. Like you don't have to just talk to Charlemagne. There's 10 of you who could tell the black man's point of view.
But here's the thing. Here's my thing. As it pertains to, and I understand what you're saying. Like, I understand that Cardi was just an example. But here's my thing. What I appreciate it's like we're all whole human beings. So if you got a fucked up judgment because you got some misogynistic view of her because she's a woman and how she carrying herself, cool. But that don't mean that she can't be an advocate. And my thing as an artist has always been use your platform responsibly. Now, some people can debate whether or not they feel like, for her, things balance out. I don't know. I'm not here to discuss that. What I do know is that she's using her platform a lot more effectively than a lot of niggas. A lot of y'all niggas is quiet as fuck and don't say shit and are in a position to use your platform for good, and you don't use it for shit but your own benefit.
I agree with all of that. I just feel like we should be putting our best foot forward, and black folks aren't. Like, I don't listen to Common when I'm ready to kill someone. There's a nigga for that. I don't listen to 50 Cent when I need to learn anything. There's someone else for that.
Wait, what do you listen to Common for? Because Common.
Well, when I need to just look outside, when I look outside and the sunlight is just when it just hits dusk, and I need to think about like what I need to be doing in the world and who I want to be. When I look into my daughter's eyes, I turn on Common.
What about when you look in your son's eye for the Adidas contract? What do you listen to?
We listen to Push. You are hiding a child.
Drake. Drake.
Has he talked about his son in the song yet?
Yeah.
He
wasn't hiding the world from his kid. He was hiding, you know what I mean? You know the vibes.
Kid from the world, whatever.
What? Okay, so
what does that mean?
It means that he did not. It means that he did not get a classic on this week's episode. We do Thank Me Later.
We're making A-Quil's job hard, yo.
No, that's okay. I like it. We're gonna weave in and out because we gotta. It's the title of the episode, so we got to talk about it at least for 5 minutes, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But you guys will thank us later for this knowledge that we're bestowing upon you in these stories. You know what I'm saying?
He podding now.
Come on, man. Al, do you remember what the percentage was of people who thought this album was a classic on IG?
It was like 54, 46. It was in that 50-50 range. You know.
How many times did Alicia vote to push that up?
I don't know.
I don't know. I kept.
You didn't know. So what'd you give it?
I think we landed on 20 with me. Let me check.
Landed on 20. While you're looking for your score, our cumulative score was 18.3. So it did not receive a classic from the pod. And Stefan, Survival. Excuse me, I put his government out there. You notice he's missing. One of the first things he said on the podcast was he did not want to do this episode. So I thought it was just funny that his mother-in-law happened to be in town while we have the Drake live, and now he's ducking. He is hiding the mother-in-law from us. So I don't know, man.
He didn't want to face this backlash from all this hate y'all have.
I'm the one that's receiving all the hate. Like, that's what's crazy. He did.
Yeah, two weeks in a row, man.
Suspect, but now I'm here. Now 3 weeks in a row.
I don't think it's just. I don't even think it's just you. I think there are other people who have missteps. Like, I think it's funny that Survival hates Drake so much. I'm like, to me, Drake and Lupe are the same line.
He gave it a higher score than me.
Who did what? Survival gave it
I gave it a 21. He gave it a 19 or something. I think he gave it a 19.
I gave it a 16.
A-Quil gave it a 17.
I gave it a 17.
Yeah, man.
I disagree with A-Quil on lyrics.
Lyrics are 3, bro.
Yeah, I can't go 2 on lyrics. He's not that bad. 2 is bad.
I gave lyrics 4.
Yeah, I couldn't give lyrics.
That's insanity. Why?
You gave Impact a 3. That's insanity.
It's not. Drake is a 5 for Impact. This album is a.
But he's on the album, so it's a 5.
It's his album.
But he's on the album.
I didn't rate the Drake brand. I rated this album.
The brand is on the album. Oh, the album. How do you do that?
All right. Y'all do us a favor real quick in the chat. Let us know. Is it more crazy that Alibi gave us a 3 for Impact or that I gave it a 2 for lyrics? Which one is more insane? Let us know in the chat.
You gave it a 2 for lyrics and that you called him an average rapper and that Alibi called him a bad bitch. I just was not prepared.
My point was that
Alibi made a BBL joke, by the way.
He made a joke. He said this is Drake before the that is
Drake before the BBL, baby. Look, man. In my defense, go ahead.
Oh man.
Classic college calm. I'm walking to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, not prepared for all of this hate, but it's college calm. So of course
It's me,
it is.
man.
I
It's me.
expect it.
You got to know, man. I'm coming with the takes every week, man. But this, it is what it is. The comment had the big chop. Drake got the BBL. What we doing? He got the etched abs, man. He got the etched abs. Like, what are we discussing? And my point wasn't that he's a bad bitch, though. My point was that I think he has a bad bitch mentality.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Because you only act like that if you just a spoiled and entitled brat. You know what I mean? Drake's a brat, man.
No, I thought Drake, this was the last album I could really fuck with him because he was still on the outside looking in at this album. So his complaints were about like and just not getting buy-in. And I'm like, yo, that's actually accurate because when you came out, no one liked you. Like dudes, people like women liked him a lot, but a lot of dudes weren't fucking with Drake. When he got with Young Money, that helped him a lot. But a lot of dudes were like, there's no way. Like it's a Canadian dude. You know what I mean? This mixed Canadian dude. So I got with all that. To Alibi's point, I think what messed it up for me was after this album. After this album, he went full, and I think I blame like Rick Ross and those guys. He went full like mafioso, like, and you're just like, who are you? Like,
He went full mafioso. He went full Caribbean. Yeah. He went full. He went full mans. He went full bruv. Like
no way.
Like he said. I can't think of what song it was on this album. Backpack rappers get mad when you make it. He not rapping about the struggle. This is his new lifestyle.
He wanted to be.
He was never in the struggle. I don't care about that. I don't care about that at all. He was never in the struggle.
But to be fair, he said, that's one knock I had against him when he said people get mad when a backpack rapper selling. And I was like, I don't think I'd call you.
You were never a backpack.
Yeah, I don't think I could call you a backpack rapper. I mean, I don't know.
Someone had to teach you how to. I won't go there. Jordan.
No,
we're not doing this. Nah.
Do it.
He was never a backpack rapper.
No,
he wasn't. Say that.
Was he?
He was a backpack rapper.
He could have been a backpack listener.
He might have been an aspiring backpack rapper. Just because you looked up to Fonte doesn't mean that you know what I mean.
And Push.
I just feel like this was pretty. I looked at this album the same way I did when it first came out. I thought it was I thought this was a new guy on it. Like he wasn't new, but this was his first debut, and there was a bit of humility and sincerity in it. Like when there's a whole MTV special around this release, and he was talking about getting a beat from Kanye and getting a feature from Jay, and Jay just like sent him a verse, and he actually seemed like actually happy and like, yo, Kanye gave me a beat. That's what's up. Oh, I'm gonna write this verse, and then Jay's gonna put me in my place. And this was post retirement, so I'm like, Jay's not the same dude. But it seemed like he was on this like trajectory. I'm like, yo, I can respect that. I can respect that dude like happened? Doing all this. And then as soon as that fame hit, bro, like it's never been the same. I'll never say he does. Like I like a lot of music he makes. I don't listen to full albums. I like a lot of songs that dude makes.
Me too.
But I just feel like this is the last time I could be like, yo, it's sincere. You know what I mean? Like this is you trying to, you know what I mean? Tell me how you are. And
like before you were kind of Aubrey and Drake. Now you're just Drake.
Which is awesome. Y'all act like this is a bad thing. We have never seen a run like Drake.
Amazing.
And he started here. And I really want to discuss this.
They could get that Run the Cardinal official.
Started at So Far Gone.
We discussed this off live, but I really want to point out that the two of you listed that this album has so many classics and timeless hits, and yet you still.
I said three.
I don't know about so many.
Oh, you had hits. No, you had over half of it.
Oh yeah. No, I did hits. And so let's run through it real quick.
I haven't pulled it up.
I got you. We start. So let's start with Fireworks.
Trash.
Alibi hates that. Joe, you said good. Me and Survival said hit. I said hit because it's gonna be my same answer for all this stuff. It all sounds like the same interchangeable stuff for the last 10 years. He just updates the formula. So it sounds like a hit to me. I can hear people dancing to it. It's not about my personal preference, but Fireworks in that pocket with Alicia. Karaoke. We got two fillers and two good.
Super trash.
The worst song in Drake's catalog.
The Resistance got two goods, a hit, and a timeless. Joe, why'd you give Resistance a timeless?
That's my shit. Yeah. Yo.
Is that the Weeknd one?
No. That's the song I hate. This was just Drake. Drake singing on the hook and then rapping on his verses. I never told you his lyrics was crazy. I never told you his singing was crazy. But because he was one of the few guys who's like, fuck it, I'll just do it both. Since like, we talked about 50 doing it. I'm like, all right, you can carry this fine. That's why I enjoy these albums. It's not a lot of singing on these specific songs and not a ton of rapping. So I'm like, it's just I can vibe with it. I like that song a lot.
No, let's go back to karaoke. I think karaoke is the absolute worst song in Drake's catalog. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I do not do singing ass Aubrey. Like for the most part, I hate singing ass Aubrey. I like rapping ass Drake. I did not know Drake rapped on this song because I've never listened to it all the way through until the pod. He does not start rapping for a full 2 minutes. I could never get through that song. That is the worst song in the Drake catalog. And I still love Drake.
That's fine. I listen to Drake all the time.
Yeah, we know. You're a gaslighter. You're very abusive.
I'm just trying to figure out how Drake is the victim in all of this. Before we started recording, Alicia's analogy about me.
Tell him, Shane the Devil.
Yeah, like I'm trying to figure out how Drake ended up this transformation that we made of Drake into being like a dub. Like somehow he became like the fat chick that we didn't want to claim when that's simply not true. Like, how is a nigga that's as rich as him and has as many hoes as him, somehow he's the dub? Like, he ain't the dub. He needs to step up and be a man.
He's not even a god like J. Cole.
Podcast. Y'all treat it like.
Look, man, he need to treat himself to some masculinity and such. You know what I mean? He can step up and be who we want him to be on a track. We want less singing Aubrey.
I agree.
And more rapidy rap. That's it. I like rapping Drake. I like feature Drake.
Agreed.
I don't like Drake and his jaded ass bag, man. Like, what do you really have to be like sad about, man?
But to be fair, that's not. But to be fair, that's not.
We're
fair.
more than enough fair with this guy, man.
That's not fair though. There's a lot of rich people and a lot of successful artists who make introspective content that we connect with over certain things. Like
I can't connect with you when you got Jeff Bezos money out here and you're complaining about how miserable your life is.
But I get what you're saying about money for sure, but it doesn't mean you can't be depressed. It doesn't
this nigga really put honey on Serena Williams' ass, bro. Like, I'm not complaining about anything after that.
But no,
but he couldn't keep Serena, and now Alexa.
Yeah, he couldn't keep her because of Common.
College comms. That's what
I get what you're saying. I just feel like I think everyone has their things.
Oh gosh.
Like you never reach the top of the ladder, and it's a different point of view when you're not on the same rung as the other dudes.
I get it.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I get what you're saying. Like you can't.
I'd never want to be famous. I get it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not mad at that. I'd never want to be famous. I don't need 5 albums of you complaining about me.
But that's why this is my favorite album, because it was the first. It was literally just him being like, yo,
he was still complaining. You complaining about regular ass bitches. Like all that happened was you didn't move up the ladder and you kept the same complaints, bro. Like now you in full toxic mode talking about I should have hid you and shit. Like why are we defending this man? Nigga want to hide women. And repo their cars children that they gave him. Like, it's fucking nuts. Yes,
dude, he hides his kid and he hides his wife, man.
Come on, man.
I want to just go back to Joe's introspective point before we go to the next song. I don't think there's no problem with the introspective part. I'm just asking you to cover more topics in your introspectuality, whatever that word is.
That's it.
If your only introspection is like girls and like every angle of girls, you have to have other thoughts besides girls. You have.
But I also think that's only for rap.
You sound mad basic.
But,
if you know.
So
go ahead,
now,
Alicia.
A bad bitch, but he's basic. Which one is it, guys?
No.
There's a lot of basic bad bitches.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the bad ones.
Ain't got a lot of man, bad bitches don't have a lot of substance, man. But neither does all.
To your point, A-Quil, I also think that's we give certain people the leeway to focus on specific things. Like Back to Black, this isn't hip hop, but I'm just giving you an example, right? Amy Winehouse, Back to Black, that's about heartbreak, bro. Like every song is that, and it's amazing. You know what I mean? Like there's albums where the themes wasn't that though. But this album, the theme is like, I'm upset about things, and I'm gonna make you motherfuckers pay for it. And he did. He's been peeing on us for 20 years, dog. Like this dude has been literally since this album, like, yo, y'all don't know what's coming.
Hence the title. Thank me later.
But what was he mad about at this point?
Because everyone called him corny.
So Far Gone was a major hit.
No,
and he was corny, and it's okay. Just own it.
He owns
Like,
it. He owns it now, and that's why he's
that's
very
why it's
likable.
cool now.
He's very likable.
But he had to grow into it. I mean, when you're young and you're 20 something, your young 20s, you want niggas to respect you. You rapping, you spit.
Yeah. That was
And
his
you
fault.
know
It was his fault. He couldn't grow a beard before then. So that's on him.
But that's also how you gain respect, and that's okay. But I feel like Drake is like a microcosm of of his generation. You know what I mean? Like y'all can't tolerate, like y'all still trying to fight against this. Look, man, like people, we see you. There's no need to pretend to be mafioso, bro. It's okay. Like, you know what I mean? We all recognize that. You have to accept.
That's why we love that he's Drake from State Farm now. We love you.
Yeah, well, he finally accepted it. He finally accepted, like, this is who I am. And that's
to be fair, though, he got that from us. We taught him how to lie. Because all the people we reviewed, Dr. Dre's a liar.
No.
Dr. Dre's a liar.
I think we taught Drake to be himself.
No. Our rappers that we listened to were liars, dog. They were not 100%. They were liars, bro. They were living false lives, and they were like all of them. And that's where we got it from.
Joe, so you're saying Trick wouldn't like none of them?
Who? Trick? That nigga don't like any of them.
Okay, so next song was Over.
We still going song.
Yeah.
Over song.
Over's dope.
They got hits and Over. I mean, hits and Timeless. Show Me a Good Time was hits. Joe, you gave it a Timeless.
I love that song.
That's my favorite song on this CD.
Up All Night. That was also all hits and Timeless. Fancy, everybody gave Timeless. Like that's the biggest song. Oh, like biggest.
We all agreed.
Yeah. I think that's the only one we all. No.
We all agreed on one more.
Yeah.
Shut it down. That was all over the place. I like Shut It Down, but it's literally
too much singing ass Aubrey. I don't like singing ass.
No, I like it because it's literally a dream song.
It should have went on the Dreams album.
If I didn't say that in the pod, I meant to say that. That was definitely a dream song.
I would. Here's the thing, like to Alicia's point, I would have graded more of these songs filler if I thought that they were actually filler. That's me recognizing like that he's talented. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I'm not gonna call a song filler unless it's just trash and unnecessary.
Or I don't like filler skit.
Yeah, I don't like Shut It Down though. Like it was unnecessary. It's like a fucking wedding song in the middle of a rap song album. Like I don't need, and it's 7 minutes, bro. Like I didn't need 7 minutes.
That's what I said. That was definitely a dream. That's a dream formula, like everything. That's what I said. That doesn't fit on this album, but I like the song.
I don't.
No,
what else? Unforgettable.
Yeah.
What did I say? Hit? Yeah.
Fuck with that song. It's Jeezy, dog. Fuck that shit.
Oh,
light up, man.
Yeah. Light up.
I love Light Up.
Okay. Yeah, you gave it like mad time or so.
That's shit with Wayne or Jay.
Jay.
With Jay, and I feel like this. There are two debut CDs the two debut CDs from my two favorite current rappers right now. You know, Drake and Kendrick have the most useless Jay features on them.
Bro.
Yeah.
I don't understand. But we can talk about we'll talk about that on a later date because I feel stronger about it on the K Dot. But this was just such a useless ass Jay verse.
We might have like an entire episode of just Jay features being bad.
I will never buy another. I will never listen to Jay-Z post Black Album. Like I've still I flirted with Blueprint 3 and American Gangsters. Nope, not doing it all the way through. Fuck that dude. He said he was gonna retire, came back soft and weak. 444 came 50 years later. I don't care, dog. You are mailing it in on so many verses before. Like he was literally like, "Where's my money?" Cool. And the only thing I like about this verse is it summed up Jay. Fuck niggas, bitches too. It's me and this money, and this will do. I'm like, yeah, that's. You were right. You telling the truth. I believe him. Y'all don't know why, but I do.
But why should Jay have to show up and put in a 40-point game for young ass Aubrey coming into the league, man? He ain't owe Aubrey shit, man. I ain't mad.
But you shouldn't be mailing their verses.
Because he put him on Blueprint 3.
He can do it for himself. Look, man. Trash ass verse. I mean, Jay been hit. We talk about him like every week, man.
We have a power ranking. I think Jay is 1 and somebody else is like number 2 or 3.
Kels.
I never say his name.
You gotta say his name. He's here.
Kels, baby. Say
it's funny to let you do
Kels.
it. Miss Me was next with hits, and Survival gave it a Timeless. Survival, why'd you give it a Timeless? Say something in the comments.
Lil Wayne.
CeCe's interlude.
Not unnecessary.
Yeah, but it's and then Find Your Love. Joe. So on the podcast episode, when I was saying the other song, it always reminds me of. It's the other fucking song. Just hold on, we're going home.
Yeah,
it's the same. So that was the whole crux of my point with all of these songs. He makes the same song and then he just like updates it each year. This shit is like downloading a new fucking feature on your laptop, bro. You gotta upload a new fucking whatever to make sure your shit is straight. Like, come on.
Both those songs
year,
were
same
both.
shit.
I get what you're saying. I agree. Both those songs are smashes to me though. Find Your Love was in the club when that shit was that shit. And Just Hold On, You Go Home in the club, people would go crazy for both them songs. Dog. Them shits were fucking popping. Find Your Love was my shit. That video was like 30 minutes long.
One of my friends' weddings, that was the first song they danced to, and I always like, oh, I hate that song. I hate that song. But I don't do singing ass Aubrey. I keep saying that. I don't do singing ass Aubrey. I don't.
Also, these Kanye West beats were very interesting. I was like, yo, this is weird. You're being weird.
Who had the best production on there? You say Hit Boy?
I would say, I mean, I like
Probably
the songs.
Hit Boy.
Yeah.
Why are you
The
looking
OVO sound.
October's very own. That would be me, damn it. Thank Me Now.
Thank Me Now is as close to back rap as Drake's gonna get from Timberland. Didn't Timbo make that?
No, I think actually no. Boy Wonder did most of this. I don't even know if Hit Boy's on this.
Oh, Boy Wonder. I'm sorry.
40 and Boy Wonder did most of this.
I'm gonna give it to Boy Wonder.
Boy Wonder can produce.
Yeah.
I like Thank Me Now.
Got some slaps.
I like Thank Me Now because it was an actual like hip hop like rap song, like based in my proclivities for hip hop and rap.
And it was okay.
Rap in it. That's what it was.
Exactly.
I'm surprised you like Thank Me Now because he definitely starts that song harmonized. You could thank me now. He went after it.
Dude, and that's the overall like album. Like it has good vibes, and I can understand why this rocks. But it's vibe music. Like you're not really saying like that much for me to grasp. Like if we're just having this conversation about content and your narrow lane of content and how much you even expounded on this narrow lane of content, dude, I can't sit here and be like, what's 3 + 3? It's 6, right?
Yeah.
Why do we keep saying 3 + 3 is 10? We keep saying this dude can rap okay and he can sing okay. Therefore, he's a phenomenal artist. I don't understand how that makes sense. Make sense to me.
Great. I think
me as a guy who's too old for this. Make this make sense to me.
Rapping ass Drake raps better than just okay. I think that's really kind of disrespecting.
How much is rapping as Drake on this album? I know rapping as what is rapping as Drake like the 5 a.m. 5 p.m. in Calabasas, like them type of joints. I can get down with some of those.
What's next? Wait, what the Lemon Pepper freestyle? Rapping ass Drake reminds me he's rapping ass Drake. I mean, rapping ass Drake can rap. Like I feel like Fireworks. If we don't have Drake singing on the hook and it's just rapping ass Drake and Alicia Keys, that song's 1,000 times better.
But you don't think nothing about a fool starting his whole rap career with that song? Like your debut album, that's how we're starting our rap career? Like
you're made off a mixtape, so he wasn't starting his rap career.
Nah, man, like this is your debut industry album. Like you starting this shit with this?
Oh, he had a 17-song mixtape. I mean, this
was your industry. Look up his discography on Wikipedia. It's gonna say studio albums. This is where your career started.
Doesn't this sum up his whole career? I mean, it makes perfect sense in retrospect. You're like, yo, he a Fireworks dude.
And it's a 3 fireworks ass nigga.
Fireworks like bang bang, but it's like pew pew. Not fireworks, more like a spark.
And the fireworks sounds were trash too, man. Come on, man. He got some bottle rockets. Can we get an M80, man? That's all I'm saying, man.
So
the album the label wanted to produce. I mean, this was his debut. It had a lot of big name features. They were bad big name features, but they're there. I mean, I just feel like they wanted to do that, and I think he did the best of what he could with it.
I agree with you.
That singing ass Aubrey.
Yes.
But I don't count it as his debut. I just don't, because the best I ever had was my favorite song, and that was before this.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's what's funny though, because that song is really there's only for thing later. I only listen to Uptown, man. I always thought best I ever had was cool.
You
in
don't
the
listen to
moment.
Successful?
No.
that's my
I just
shit.
won't be.
It's a sad.
on, man.
Drake was
Come on,
bad. Drake's was not that much better on that album than he was on this album, right? Like I don't understand. Like
But
he's
the
never.
beats were harder and the songs were better. That's my point.
But
Like it
you
don't
have
matter.
to.
It ain't about. It wasn't necessarily about the content. It was like, how did you pull it off? It worked better to me on So Far Gone.
But he's the same dude. I don't understand if you listen to the thing.
I'm not rating
So
the
Far
dude.
Gone.
I'm rating the music.
But if you the music on So Far Gone, he has to rap at a point. And the verses on that album are the same nigga from the verses on this album. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think it's the same.
That's what I don't understand, how you can be so far off in the score and say that he's made so much better albums, but then say his music hasn't changed at all. So he was making the same.
It's the same dude.
I think he got better at it. I think he got better at it. I think he improved. I think Drake's always been who Drake's been for the most part. I think he got better, as you should as an artist. As a young artist, I can speak as an artist. As a young artist, you're trying to figure out who you are. We've heard all of this shit. He looked up to Push. He looked up to Fonte. And we've seen him try on a bunch of styles. And I think he was piecing those things together. And I think he got better at finding out which things worked best for him and felt most like him. You know what I mean? And he got better at, and we can't duck the ghost thing. Like he also got better at performing, other people's shit, collaborating with other people.
Which a lot of our favorite rappers have done for their
That's
whole
fine.
entire career.
That's fine. I'm not knocking him for that. What I'm saying is he got better overall. He improved at his craft. And to me, this debut it's not a classic debut, and it ain't a debut that was super impressive. I think he did better on the two prior. And there's other artists I would say the same thing about, that once they got into the industry, their music suffered. Big Crit, I love Big Crit's projects before he signed to Def Jam. Like once he signed to Def Jam, them Def Jam albums ain't great. You know what I mean? So, that's kind of my position on that. Like I think Drake managed to sell and be able to navigate himself to make the music that he wanted to make, right? You're right. This album largely probably was like, all right, what the label wants, right? Cool. But he got himself in a position where he had the power to do the things that he wanted to do to make the music that he wanted to make. I still think that that's insane. Like that you have all the power and this is the music that you choose to make. But cool, you got better at it. You did it better overall. And the last thing I would say is like I tend to like Drake more on features. I like the songs that Drake's featured on. His albums don't always hold like a lot of weight for me. And that's probably because I don't like Drake that much as an artist. I like him in small doses. I like when I can get him on a feature or on a hook, like I fuck with it.
I just think that after this album, Drake got counsel on I do believe that I can hear songs like the song The Language on Nothing Was the Same. That's Quentin Miller. Like there's songs I can hear after it where I'm like, yeah, your swag and style change. I prefer this album because this album sounds like Drake. This sounds like the dude in those mixtapes. It sounds like this is.
But you just said he never changed though.
But no. Here's what I'm saying. I was saying between So Far Gone and this album, I feel like I'm listening to the same songs. Like I feel like it's the same flow, same cadence, all of that. Yeah. After this album, what changed for me with Drake is if you hear a song like The Motto on the very next album, I think it was coaching, like guidance, or him just saying, yo, I want to adopt these. So like there's people who, like Rapping Forte came out and was like, yo, you're rapping my verse. I think the Drake, the reason why I gave the lyrics a 3 is his lyrics aren't crazy on this album by any means. I never thought they were that crazy. No. I just thought Drake was okay. He was good at 2 things. His rap was cool, and the hooks would come and would be like, cool, I can listen to this as a complete package. I'm fine with that. Yeah. And I think moving forward, he's rapped a lot simpler, and he's just rapping for hits. Like, I'm on one. Like, his most popular songs are like, yo, let's keep it simple. I'm going to come with these memorable punchlines. Everybody going to be yelling them in the club. We're never going to forget them. These hooks about to be crazy. And it's basically 50 Cent next up. He's just like taking off.
So not much substance?
Oh no, of course not. Like no,
like a bad bitch.
no, not at all, not at all. and that's why I prefer this, because I'm like, this sounds like you. This sounds like a dude who was on his way up, and I feel like after this album, he adopted a bunch of things that he's like, well, since I'm here now, this is how I'm supposed to be acting. This is how I'm supposed to be talking. His first verse on his second album was like on Take Care. It was basically like everybody said. He said, "I'm." What did he say? I'm something about picking cotton and playing the field, nigga. Like he went off, and it's just like, all right, yeah. I'm like, yeah.
He's upset. He's upset.
Alicia or Joel, do you guys know Drake albums well? Like when you hear certain Drake songs, you know which album it came from?
Yeah.
Well, depends. It actually depends. Yes. But for the most part, no.
Yeah. Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick were the only three people who were like, when something new came out, I'm like, oh, let me stay in tune to hip hop. Let me just know a Wale. I could say that new crop of guys. I was like, let me try to stay in the loop.
But to like A-Quil's point, like what album was 0 to 100 on?
0 to 100.
Yeah. Nothing was
0 to 100 sounds like it was. If you're reading this.
There you go.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just saying, like that's A-Quil's point. Like if we name Drake songs from albums, do we know where they fit?
But the flip side to that is Drake has produced so much music. I can't even tell you what's an album and what's a mixtape. I mean, the catalog is huge at this point. Like I can tell you right now that there are 3 songs on the EP that just came out.
Yeah.
And I know all 3 of them. I listen to Drake Essentials probably 4 times a week because it's one of my favorites.
It's good because it got all the shit that we love that didn't come out on the album.
But I cannot tell you which albums they're from because he's produced just so many. I don't know.
He has, and to my point, like I like that shit. I do. I have like Drake shit on all my playlists. Like I don't have an issue with Drake. I don't think that this album is that great, and quite frankly, I don't think that Drake has like a classic album. You know what I mean? That's just me. I think he has better albums than this for sure.
I don't think he does. I think every album after this became more singy, and there's no way if literally he's actually singing on more songs post this album. And at that point, I'm like, bro, I can't call this classic hip. This is just, maybe I'm old. I can't call it classic hip hop if my favorite song. I can't call it classic hip hop if my favorite song is "Just Hold On, I'm Going Home." I love that song, but I can't call it classic hip hop. Like I wouldn't consider that hip hop. I can't. I wouldn't. "Come Through" is one of my favorite Drake songs. I don't know, dog.
Look at what Joel's drinking too. I'm not drinking.
Joel, you need to just admit you're an R&B ass nigga. Like that's
Hey, yo, A-Quil, you know this. Most R&B artists, A-Quil, I don't know most R&B people.
That's why I listen to R&B.
I don't. Like, yo, like I couldn't. I think Alibi hit it. Drake, and we've been saying this over and over again. Drake found the perfect middle ground. He's never gonna be the best singer, never gonna be the best rapper, but it don't matter. He did them both well enough to be the best guy.
Man, Drake is the epitome. He's like Super Saiyan light skinned nigga, man.
He's taking over.
Like you the perfect blend of everything, nigga. Like white, black, like R&B, rap.
He's what Coach Tom wanted to be.
Hard, soft.
Well, it depends on the year.
But when he get in his bragging bag, he brag different. Like nobody can brag with that dude because he got that much money. That's the thing. Yeah. Like I want to hear you talking that shit. You know what I mean? I like to hear that shit.
He wasn't bragging in front of the Marcy Projects.
Yeah, don't do that though. Don't go. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't go. Like, you know what I mean?
Joe, what would you say? And Alicia, I want to get your takes. What would you say? And if I'm mixing up mixtapes and albums, I apologize. I'm not the expert. What would you say are his top 3 projects? His projects, and not singles. We talk about him as a singles artist and all that. His top 3 complete projects. You got Take Care, Nothing Was the Same. You're not counting Comeback Season, right? That's a mixtape.
No, I'm gonna go major albums.
Yeah, just major albums. What would you say his top 3 are? And then Alicia, you too.
Okay.
Drake has 5 albums that are actual albums. 5. And Alicia, these are the albums. Thank Me Later, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, Views, and Scorpion. Those are the 5 that he has actually come out with.
I would go So Far Gone if you're reading this in views personally. If we're leaving out So Far Gone,
leaving out the EPs and all that shit. These are 5 albums.
Then it's if you're reading this in views for me.
So wait, so who? I'm sorry, because I'm not. You keep saying EP, but like Alibi said that So Far Gone was a full album. So
it was a long ass EP. That shit was an album length EP.
It's a mixtape.
It's an album length mixtape, dog. EP, dog. But he has 5 albums. On this actual discography, he's counting 5. Out of all the music he's made, 5.
Okay. So you said which ones, Joe? And then Alicia? Sorry.
Joe said views. What if you're reading
No,
this
I think I'm gonna say, honestly, Alicia, I think I'm gonna say, I'm looking at all these other ones he made.
While you saying Scorpion? Oh, you said half a Scorpion. Scorpion.
Yeah, Scorpion was a double disc one. Yeah.
So no one needs that much Drake.
All of the rapping ass Drake on Scorpion is it, but it's a lot of R&B, Aubrey. And it's terrible.
I'm gonna say either Thank Me Later or Nothing Was the Same. But if my favorite songs are Nothing Was the Same or Hold On, We're Going Home, From Time with Janae
That's on
Aiko.
Take Care, ain't it?
No, that's Nothing Was the Same.
Really?
From Time with Janae Aiko. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Thank Me Later is my favorite. But probably Nothing Was the Same is maybe his best to me. If you could, I think if we were looking down the way he's rapping,
that album is the same as this album to me. That's crazy.
No, it's not. No. That one has Pound Cake on it with Jay. That's a totally different Drake.
I don't like Pound Cake.
That's a totally different Drake to me.
I don't like Pound Cake, so.
And it's got worse behavior on it, which will forever be. And then Started From the Bottom, which he rapped it with so much feeling that you believed it when you rapped it too. You know this nigga was on Degrassi and ain't never been at the bottom. You
right, exactly.
You was started from the bottom. Now you started at Degrassi.
He was sitting on his bottom in Degrassi.
Yeah.
After he got shot, but then he walked again though. Don't ever forget, he walked again.
Did.
Yeah.
He's Drake's light skin Jesus.
There it is.
I would A-Quil. I have to say that I guess if you look at all of them that are full studio albums, I could probably debate that the most complete sounding one is Nothing Was the Same. But I'm pretty sure that came post. No, was that post Accusations? I don't know if that was pre or post. No, that there's a song on that where it literally sounds like Quentin Miller, and I'm like, you were definitely different at this point. Thank Me Later just actually sounds like he wrote it. I'm not gonna, at Alibai's point, never gonna tell anyone this is some amazing groundbreaking shit. But I'm like, at least this is you. Like this is like you. But again, Alibai's point, he did repeat the content often and the formula often and the sound often.
Just new women, man.
But it works.
Is he the most successful rapper ever? Is it him officially now? Like,
no,
he's the most.
It's probably Eminem.
Is it Eminem now? Drake beat the Beatles at some point with some shit.
It's a different era. I'll be honest. And that's not me shading like Aubrey. I just think it's sometimes it's hard to compare. The metrics now are totally different.
Yeah.
So like the standards of success are totally different. Like for my money, there's never probably been a more successful artist than Jay-Z. Like whether you like him or not, like I think what he's accomplished, the longevity of his career and the relevance of him puts him there. If we're talking numbers, it's going to be hard to compete with Drake, but also like how they calculate shit changed also. You know what I mean? Like the game's just different now, man.
Survival in the comments said he can't believe Meek Mill lost to him.
Yo, I think
he lost it charged up, bro.
Yo, Drake is about to be the most like
I can do back to back. I can do that, Drake.
Yo, he will be though.
He is literally been running the game.
He will be
for so long, dog.
And he will be.
He ain't going.
He will be because his level of success, like, dude, because of all the light skin shit, man. Like, he's gonna be successful because of how he can weave in and out of all of this stuff. He can play all of those. He's going to stay relevant, man. He's gonna be in movies. He's gonna host talk shows. Like, he's gonna be that dude till we're like 80.
He gonna be the new Queen Latifah?
My bad, but go ahead, Alicia.
One thing he also does very well is he catches on with what's young and what's hot early. You know, he caught Migos early, and that Versace feature, that's it. You know what I'm saying? He caught Lil Baby early. Like, he catches what's young.
He took that from Jay, though. I'll give him that credit, but Jay is also, that's how he made his career. I stay relevant by hopping on the younger folks shit. Drake took it international, though, right? Like, he's like, oh, I'm going to hop on grime. I'm going to hop on this. Like, you know.
And he gives a better feature every single time.
Yeah.
Again,
I think so.
He's probably is he the best, he's up there for one of the best.
I think he's the most consistent. Yeah, most consistent, best. I think 2 Chainz is up there.
Drake's features are crazy.
He's gonna have a hard time topping Chainz in terms of straight features, but
even Ross.
I think his features are.
I was gonna say, would you put Ross up there?
I think Drake's features are better than 2 Chainz by far. Like that nigga could hum a bar on the. He did Aston Martin music. He sang on a hook. That he could do either one.
Yo, he has a whole nother version where he like sings way longer. Have you heard that?
Mad long.
Yeah, I did.
I hate that.
It's on Care Package.
I would say
listen to it.
I would say the 2 best of all time are Drake and Snoop as featured artists.
For
features, point in
features,
time if you put Snoop on a track, a featured track, Snoop saved Exhibit's life with his features. Dog. Snoop as a featured artist was like, yo, I'm gonna watch this shit.
But Snoop is not versatile. I don't think.
No.
Yeah. I couldn't see Snoop.
I'm not rolling with Snoop
on a drill. I couldn't see Snoop on a drill beat right now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm talking about for the era that they were in, though, and the features that they made in the time that they made. I feel like you could throw Snoop on a lot of. And Snoop made a lot of appearances. But there you go. But you're right.
I feel like that doesn't even hold water. Drake's been doing this for so long. We've seen so many iterations of feature Drake.
Oh no, I'm agree with you. Drake, I think Drake is number one. Like in terms of featured artists, if you put Drake on literally since like 2012, if you put Drake's name on a song, people are gonna listen to it. Dog. That dude made like it's insane. That nigga runs. That nigga, a dude from Canada,
came down here running around.
Half white, took over. The only thing black people have that's sacred. Nigga, he's dancing on it.
After they kidnapped him and took him to Houston, hit him in Houston for a year.
And he did blackface. Go figure. And
blackface. He's like, look, guys.
He can dance underwater and can't get wet, man.
Yo, Drake is
that's why Common was threatened, man.
Drake is like
his album is called Certified Lover Boy, and it's about to go crazy.
Yes. You guys, I call Gucci that. I literally call Gucci my lover boy. And he light skinned. I do.
Lover man's.
Watch that show on Netflix, Alicia. Watch the Dog Trainer show. You can't do that you can't do that to Gucci. You can't do that. I'm gonna send and you in California, I'm gonna send him over there, man. He over in Oakland.
But you know what's interesting if you look at this album and the people that he was working with on the album and how they grew to have a natural distaste because of his rise. Like Kanye West almost fucking killed himself. Jay's like, what the fuck? Like him and Jay, they were on album 3 together, and Jay's just like, we gotta separate this shit. Like T.I. and Drake, the whole thing about T.I.'s boy peeing on Drake, and then Drake just fucking going straight to the moon after this shit. Like Drake literally, I don't think anyone saw this coming. And if they did, I don't think they'd be on this album.
Thank you. Canine Intervention is the show. It's a Canine Intervention. That's the name of the show.
Oh no, your wife had posted about it too. So that's what I was like, I'm gonna add it to my list. So I'm gonna have to.
I couldn't think off the top. It's so it's weird when you're trying to pod, like your off top brain gets kind of fuzzy here and there. But you look back, like I know what I was talking about in a moment. Like shit, couldn't get it out.
Oh, I know I wanted to ask. I think Alibi was you who said, or maybe it was you, A-Quil. Somebody said on the podcast that they felt the T.I. feature didn't age well. And I just wanted to know why. Because I
think that was Alibi.
I said that. I think just given everything that T.I. is kind of caught up in right now, like the certain verses, like now it's creepy. Okay. It's just like we can't rock with like R. Kelly seems like you're ready ain't the
we don't do that.
Like that's what I'm saying. It's different. It hits different now.
We don't even say the full name of Aaliyah's album anymore because goddamn,
because it hits different, man.
I'm not gonna lie though. There are certain songs I can't fuck with, but I'm gonna still listen to R. Kelly. and I'm still listening to T.I. Like
I respect it. I can't.
If I spend money and there's presidents who own slaves on it, and I gotta walk down Washington Street, I'm gonna fuck with. And if we ain't gonna get these motherfuckers out of here first, then I'm
not on the cancel T.I. train. Like I'm just saying, like with the
it sounds weird
with the allegations out, it make that and fucking a song of Robin Thicke, like them songs hit a little different now with these allegations. Yeah, like, this shit different now, man.
I'll say this. I haven't given up T.I., but I stopped listening to R. Kelly a while ago. And that was very, 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 very hard for me.
Yeah.
I'm not on the front. Yep. Like there are still songs, like people that know me know. Ignition, the remix, that is still deep down in my soul, my motherfucking song. However, comma. You know what I love?
Yeah.
You are the first black. You are the first black person I've heard in years to say that song is your shit. You know how many times I've had to play this at weddings over the years, and it was not us.
It gets me for some. It's you know what it is for me. It's the nostalgia. It's not only is it hard, but it's just where I was. Like I was 19, living in Louisiana.
You was rolling that body.
You know what's funny? I never listened to a full R. Kelly album. I only fuck with the singles.
Factory was my shit. 12 play, TP1 and TP2.
Hey man, the Loveland CD on Chocolate Factory is so damn man. It's I feel sad. I can't listen to that shit.
There it is. That's the truth, but I cannot do it. I cannot listen to.
I can't be affiliated with this conversation.
I know, but I'm with you. I don't listen to the music no more.
I am too. I do not.
But like, man, I miss R&B Thug. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Yo, I don't
remember R&B Thug.
Yeah. I was in
line of TP 2000. Hit it hard from the back.
Hey,
front. Like it went hard.
But this nigga R. Kelly this nigga was like 50 years old with cornrows, and I believe him, yo. I don't understand why. Like this nigga came out. He made a song about being in a closet for like mad songs. I'm like,
I was off the R. Kelly train well before the closet.
Oh yeah, the closet was nuts.
Y'all still with R. Kelly a little too long.
We had this conversation a little too long.
Yo, he performed in the closet live by himself. I'm like, nigga, this is crazy, dog. It's just you on that stage, and he was talking to himself.
Never. I had definitely come to my senses about R. Kelly by then. I was like, wait a second, this nigga's out here fucking raping
doing the most.
Black women.
Can we change the subject?
You can't.
That nigga. And he can't read books. Can you imagine that? That nigga fucking mesmerizing you, and you like, yo, what's that map say? He like, I don't know. You say it, bitch. You tell me what we. I didn't even know he had the right hotel. He couldn't read.
I'm not laughing at that.
Oh man,
Alibi. Is this how you feel when we have to tell those sex stories? Like, I don't.
Yeah, exactly. When I'm like, I'm not having this conversation with y'all.
But we say two things can be simultaneously true. Yes, I say amazing music that we all have great memories to, but we have to protect black women and black girls. We don't fuck with that nigga.
He ain't got a dime.
Again, it's the whole thing. It's the whole thing of being whole humans. And I think that like when you talk about bad people, like exactly when you talk about people like Bill Cosby and R. Kelly, like I think acting like it never happened is like, like we didn't create that solution. That's what white people do. When someone rapes or hurts or kills someone, what they do is sweep it under the rug and say, yo, this never happened. In reality, it's like, no, you need to tell people what happens when power goes guided and how people take advantage of people. This person was really good at music. Like that happened. He was good as fucking music. Other than that, that was it.
How you pop up when we like about to wrap up?
Yeah, nigga, it's over at this point. Nigga, it's over, nigga.
Get the hell out of here. And you pop up during Kel. This is the nastiest shit ever.
He popped up like the Royal Rumble where he could just pop up in the back like, oh shit, who is that? One guy. That's that.
Lady,
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear you at all, man. You gonna have to join us next week with after we do a mic check.
Yeah, we had a mic check.
A-Quil was suspect. As soon as we said Kelsey, he was like, bloop. I thought R. Kelly had popped up. Like, yo, why y'all talking shit? Like, I ain't hold y'all down for years. Nigga, I'm gonna be like, yo, Kelly, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Oh man, that's so good, man.
Yeah.
All right, with the Steelers hat on, you still in the buns, man. Still in the Kells buns.
Okay, so bottom line is, this is not Drake's best album in his catalog. I actually like Nothing Was the Same, Take Care. Remember, for some reason, y'all, after y'all told me the album, I literally heard Take Care in my head. So I listened to Take Care for about 4 days till I sent the group chat like, wait,
See?
am I listening to the right album? Because Take Care, I did not understand what the
was
score
mad
could be. I was like, this is a great album. Like, what are we?
And Alicia, it's funny you say that because I'm the opposite. Like, I was excited when Take Care came out because I thought he was going to expand on the rapping from his first album, and he went the other direction. And his singing, like that, Hell Yeah, Fucking Right, and all those other songs, that shit. And I'm like, bro, this wasn't what I wanted. Like, I thought you were about to be rapping more. You know what I mean? And it was like, nah.
But
and
it's crazy because all of the songs I loathe are Singing Ass Aubrey. I hate Singing Ass Aubrey. But so many of my, like, one of my favorite songs is like Sweeter Man, and it's him singing through the whole thing. I don't know what it is.
So Alicia, if Singing Ass Aubrey, and even Joe said Singing Ass Aubrey, and Alibi said Singing Ass Aubrey is not y'all shit, how does he keep getting extra credit because he sings and nobody likes that he sings? I don't understand this.
Well, for me, it's still, he makes really good music because, like I just said, even though I don't like Singing Ass Aubrey, Sweeter Man is one of my favorite Drake songs ever. I actually like Hotline Bling. I can't do a lot of the other ones, but there are some. But then Drake could rap his ass off. You could call him a basic rapper all you want, but he could rap his ass. He a basic ass, a rapping ass, basic BBL having bitch.
But A-Quil, to Alicia's point, to your point, A-Quil, I feel like I don't like singing ass Lauryn Hill. I wish Miseducation was a rapping ass.
Sing.
But here's my thing though. I don't want it. Like, I don't want it. I literally say I don't want it. But it's and I'm not an R&B guy. But at the same time, I'm like, man, fuck you here. I'm gonna listen. It's like, yo, like I'm bought into you. I'm listening to you. To your point, Drake doesn't sing as well, but it's a fact of like, look, since I'm
not
already
in the
bought
same
into
stratosphere.
it's like I bought into you, so I'm gonna hear this. And he doesn't sing bad. He just doesn't sing great.
But that's the thing with bad bitches, man. I mean, we all love them, man.
And the crazy thing is, people will say that he can't sing.
Ty, that sounds way better, Ty. Way better.
People will say he can't.
Mic up.
Yo, we'll say Drake can't sing, but when he sings his parts in the songs, when we all out together, everyone be singing.
Hold up. Does Drake sing better than Ryan Leslie?
Drake better than Ryan Leslie? Yes.
And singing?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ryan Leslie raps?
No, I'm saying sing.
Yes.
He be trying to spit.
I don't think so.
Ryan Leslie can't sing that.
Wait a minute.
The self-titled album was popping.
So Ryan Leslie sings better than Drake,
no.
But Drake raps. Wait. So Drake sings better than Ryan Leslie?
I think no.
Yes,
really?
I think so. I don't think Ryan Leslie sings that well.
See, I think that's a good because like Drake makes good songs. Sometimes you have to sing great to make good songs. Like J-Lo happened. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Ty,
I'm not sure if he sings better than Ryan Leslie though. I don't know.
Hold on, before we start talking Ryan Leslie, Ty, did you do any metrics on this album?
Not officially.
As we're gonna introduce Ty an hour and a half into the podcast. Ty knows how this goes.
I'm a founder. Yeah, you know, we're founding member.
And then you left us, but it's all good.
It was seven guys, one mic. Remember that, yo?
So Ty, I'm gonna ask really quick then. You know how this goes. So thank me later off top. Replay value 1 through 5. What do you give it?
Ooh. Not in comparison, just as the album, not
as
compared
that
to other
album.
ones.
Yep.
Itself by itself.
That's a solid 7.58.
Wait. Do you
out of 5?
Wait, do you remember what songs on this album?
5.
Yeah.
Wait. Do you remember all the songs that's on this album?
Yeah, it's Fireworks, you know, all that. The first one.
Hey, Ty had Fireworks in the tuck.
All right.
It starts off with a banger, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Up all night with Nicki. Come on, man. That's great. Yo. It got some replay value.
I'm
sorry. Out of 3.5. 3.5. I'm staying.
No half scores.
No halves. 3 or 4.
Oh, okay.
Let's go. Things have changed on this side.
I'm gonna go 3.
You going 3?
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Lyrics 1 through 5. What you give? All right. Well, technically 0 through 5.
So lyrics. So that's the thing, right? Lyrics 4 because he can write. Drake can
All
write.
right,
We know
3.
Drake can write.
All right,
Drake can
3 and
write?
4
Drake can write.
on this album.
Okay. So 3 and a 4. All right. Production. What you give him production?
Production is a solid. That's a solid 4 too.
All right.
So we got 3, 4, 4. All
Joe's
right.
mad already. Did I make him mad?
Nah, Joe's good.
Concept. What you getting concept? Oh, thank me later.
So there was no concept, so that's a 2.
Ooh.
Okay. 3, 4, 4, 2.
Wow.
Impact.
Wow.
Impact. We give an impact for this.
Well, Impact's 5.
So
I mean, he was
18.
killing it.
8.
So we got an 18 total.
So not a classic.
Not a
Don't
classic.
tie.
There it is.
Man.
we gotta-
Okay, there was no. So listen, Thank Me Later was an extension of So Far Gone in a certain sense. All right. So Far Gone was such a good mixtape, they made it an album. Thank Me Later was just capitalizing on it. It was a bunch of good, it was a collection of good songs, kind of like the first Ryan Leslie album. I love that album, but it's just a collection of good songs.
So-
it's not
so
a
again-
dream, love, and hate. It's not like a, you know what I'm saying?
So again, this was his Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah, just make my mark. I got to make my mark.
Which one's better, So Far Gone or Thank Me Later?
Here we go. Here's the one. Look, Joe came back for this
Look,
one.
he put his headphones on too, quick as hell.
I don't know what it is, but I got a dip soon. So what is it?
So I'm gonna say So Far Gone.
Hey,
Mm.
There's the grind element, the freshness, the newness. It wasn't big production. Trey songs, come on, man. Doug,
see?
the songs on that dip is crazy. They made
Now
that
Alibi not
mixtape
looking so
an album.
crazy.
Nobody said you were wrong though. That's the thing. I don't
Somebody
think
said I was
No.
wrong. You just mad. You didn't
Nah.
like my level of spice.
Nah, Joe said he was wrong.
Yeah,
Joe,
yeah.
Joe
What
said
I
he was
said?
wrong.
Real spicy. He was
Joe,
real
no,
spicy.
Hey, man.
Joe said that Thank Me Later is better than So Far Gone.
I'll take Thank Me Later. I'm not trying to hear Houston.
Joe's
Atlanta,
insane.
Vegas.
He also gave this album. a
So you
20.
be playing Houston? You playing Houston Atlanta Vegas?
I do.
You playing Houston Atlanta Vegas?
I
That
do.
nigga, that moaning ass nigga. You clowning him for the shit that you like. I don't
I
understand what's
didn't
happening.
clown him for that. I said he did it
That's
better.
why he's abusive.
How did
That
he
is
moan
why-
better? How do you moan better than on one album?
Should
and the next?
sound better, man. It
Hey.
sounds better.
Houston, Vegas, I'm gonna be around my girls. That's
So-
so weird.
At some point, I'm gonna have to dig through all this footage and grab all of Joe's singing takes and put them together. It's been
Yeah,
recorded.
The
I'm ready
same
for it.
album though. He's just moaning around. There's a heaven hand.
Yo,
Look,
How
we
do you
got to
not
rap.
like? How do you
Yeah,
not like him saying?
Oh wait, so yeah, I agree.
Alibi,
They're
how
all-
do you
they
not
are-
like him saying, but I'm single, but on So Far Gone he goes, but a whistle. Come on, dog.
I
It's the same
I
thing.
didn't have to rate them. That's the
Same
thing.
nigga, though.
I didn't have to rate them. As I'm rating, I'm like, this
Wait,
nigga's
hold
rapping
up.
about
A-Quil,
cutlery
A-Quil.
and singing about being single. Like, what
So
are we
Far
doing?
Gone is not better than Thank Me Later.
I would take So Far Gone over Thank Me
See,
Later.
I would
Okay.
too.
there we
Oh,
go.
so Joe, you're the outlier.
All right, everybody. A-Quil, name 3 of your favorite songs on So Far Gone.
Best I ever had. Best I ever had 2. And best I ever had 3.
Exactly. Nobody even knows it now.
Look, best I ever
No,
had.
no, best I ever had.
Successful-
What's the deal with
No,
Lil
no,
Wayne?
yeah,
The deal
hold
with Lil
on.
Wayne?
No, seriously.
Successful Uptown.
Best I ever had
Ooh,
is
successful.
Alibi. Is Fear on So Far Gone,
Here's a good song.
Yeah,
Those are So
Fear's
Far
on
Gone.
there
Here's
too.
a good song.
Fear's
and
great.
and brand new.
Yeah, all great.
Brand new. I'll do
He's
those three.
moaning.
It's so much better.
No,
like,
it's not. It's the same guy.
It's so. It
But
is
it's-
the same guy.
but
It's
here-
better
but
executed.
here's
You wanna hear
why.
for this part.
Hold on. Here's
Hold on,
why.
you wanna
Let me
hear
get
for this
about
part.
it.
I did say Thank Me Later is extension of So Far Gone.
Same thing.
Right.
But
But here,
they put on the best cuts. on
Better.
So
but
far gone.
here's why I said those really quick, and we get up out of here. Those are 3 distinct concepts for Drake. Whether he's singing or rapping, he's in both bags.
Right.
Fear is a distinct concept.
Right.
Brand new is a distinct concept.
Right.
Best ever had is a distinct concept.
Yep.
So
Right.
I can do those when it's just back to back to back to back about like every different
When a
facet
stream
angle
of
girl.
consciousness
But
about
that's-
how his hearts broke.
But
Yeah.
all songs weren't about heartbreak on Thank Me Later. It weren't.
Look, a lot of
No,
singing and a lot of heartbreak.
He kept veering in and out.
Yeah,
veering
they
in and out.
weren't all about the same thing. I mean, I'm not saying it was a wide range.
Look, man,
I
he ain't
could
talking
name
about
3
much.
songs about different things.
So hold
this
on,
album.
hold on. Here we go. Ignorant shit versus light up.
Hard.
right?
I'm taking ignorant shit. That's me.
That's what I'm saying. Like those were his rap songs on each joint. Ignition was a little bit better, and you can say, I mean, Ignition with Lil Wayne, what's it, light it up with Hove, like star-studded feature. That's his rapidy rap song on these sing-song albums.
Yeah.
Ignition's a little better.
You're correct, but you're late, and we've been here for an hour and 45.
It's cool. It's cool.
So we gotta go.
I'll be back. Hey, Alicia, welcome to the Slack. How you doing? I'm Weed and Seymour.
All right, let's try to get up out of here.
It was
Shout
never
out.
an official introduction.
Hey,
Can I say what we're doing
Look,
next week?
Hold on, go ahead. What'd you say, Alicia?
I was gonna say, is there an announcement that we want to make?
Yeah.
I'm this time I'm gonna do that. I was good one. Yes, like we got a couple folks join us on YouTube. See, so man, we out here anyway. Next week, y'all ready? So we are doing now. If you're following the trend, the last couple of weeks we had Common. We went from Common to Drake. You know, they had a little something. Drake's always mentioned another person in another category, and that's in regards to rapping. Best artist out: Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City. Next week, Survival popped up for the Kendrick announcement. Everybody pop it up now. It's time to go, man. It's time to go.
Oh, so it ain't just me.
Yeah.
Wait,
No, yeah.
I know next week Survival and Alibi's level of spice better be a little more contained.
I'm
not here next week.
We're gonna see what it is.
I'm in New Orleans.
Are you gone?
Yeah, I'm in New Orleans next
week.
So
Ty, are you gonna join in on time next week then?
Yeah. Tell me what time. You know, I got a 5-year-old dog. You know what I'm saying? I be getting home late pizza Fridays. I be having you know.
All right, you can replace me next week.
7 o'clock, right? 7 o'clock, right?
Yeah. We doing a rotation, but we're all. It's all love here. It's all good. There's no problem behind the scene. That's why it's all good. Nobody's getting replaced for real. So
there's no beef.
Anyway, the line of notes. Make sure to join us here.
Buttons.
There we go. Yeah. Make sure to join us here in the line of notes live every Friday, 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. East Coast time. So it's at 4 p.m. West Coast time. Join us here. That is on YouTube. YouTube with the nasty link. We're popping out there. We're doing check the link tree. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're line of notes 79. Hit us on the email, thelinernotescrew@gmail.com. And again, we're doing Kendrick next week, so you guys know how this goes. Listen to the album. Let us know what you think. Wednesday, the brand new episode drops, and you can listen to it on Spotify and Spotify and Apple Podcasts, where we can download and stream the podcast. Wednesday, it drops. Friday, we back here. All right. So for Survival and the Baby Picture, Ty, Mad Late, Joe, Alibi, Alicia, A-Quil, Liner Notes, we out. See y'all next time. Deuces. Let me stop the stream. So I always fuck that part up.
Peace.